You're about to open a window into the life of a ghost hunter. We'll show you dark, creepy roads that fade into the night. We'll show you haunted places, but most importantly, we'll show you what happens along the way there.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff.
I'm Linda.
I'm Jack.
It's Red Friday, and we're heading down to Virginia Beach for an investigation. Not sure if we're going to be able to run footage there, but if we can, we definitely will.
Yes.
But along the way, we're going to get some food. This is our first time being out here
In a
for
while.
a little, trip in a little while.
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
We did a couple small local things, but
Yeah,
it's been
yeah.
a little bit.
Jeff has had some family and childcare issues, so we haven't been out nearly as much as we usually are, but we're excited to be out this weekend, and we've got 2 investigations this weekend, not just tonight, but one tomorrow night as well.
That's right, and I'm excited to eat.
Me too, I'm hungry.
What about you, Jack?
Me,
Jack,
I ate.
that's a nice shirt you got there.
Thank you.
Where does one acquire a shirt like that?
That shop.
Show off tees.
Yeah, show off.
Show Off Tees.
Show off tees in Denby.
Show Off Tees made this shirt right here.
Yeah.
But we still don't have any for sale yet, but maybe eventually.
No, Jack just bought his own.
Yep. So we'll see what happens. So here in the Greek deli, we got some pretty cool arcade tables. Look at this. Donkey Kong, Frogger. So they have some arcade tables over there.
Right, I noticed that. Yeah,
Pretty
kind of a
cool.
cool looking place.
Yeah. And I see a Game of Thrones pinball machine over there. I've never really watched it, but I like pinball machines.
Yeah,
I do.
never
They're kind of
been into
classic.
games like that, but this guy Joe that I used to work with said that he actually made the suggestion that he call it Jimmy Duh Greek, D-A, and that's why the sign out there says that. So kind of a cool thing, but I'd always wanted to try it. Never been here. It's been here for a while, so figured it's about time.
Looking over the menu, I got to point something out here. The ice burger.
An ice burger.
So that's quite a cookie you got there.
It is. I see people's cookies sitting up there on the display counter, and you have to actually reach over and press the cookie. You have to touch it and make sure that it's a squishy cookie, because anybody who likes crunchy cookies is nuts. They're crazy.
Right.
So it's got to be a squishy cookie. And when I felt this one, it was nice and moist, but not too moist. So I was like, yeah, this looks like a good cookie. And I'm thinking that later on tonight, maybe as a, during the investigation kind of snack, a little something to fill the belly. This might be pretty good.
Absolutely. So ladies and gentlemen, if you ever come to a counter and there's a cookie with a fingerprint in it, it's because Linda's been there, seeing if it was squishy or not. So the food has arrived, and I have the buffalo chicken.
It's a
Cake.
dirty.
Quesadilla.
You gotta add dirty. It's a dirty buffalo chicken.
Is it a dirty buffalo
Yeah.
chicken quesadilla?
Yeah, I'm not sure why they call it that, but I'm guessing that's not.
Quesadilla.
That's interesting.
It is quesadilla.
Quesadilla.
But this came highly recommended, and the guy just told me that they started this yesterday and they already sold 30 of them.
Wow.
So I couldn't resist something that was highly recommended.
Right, exactly. I got the gyro. Okay. Lots of tzatziki sauce. I love these things.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about it because it's been a little while since I've had one.
Look at that.
And the fries look perfect. The fries are good. Oh, man. Look how big this thing is. I can't get my mouth
I can
around
smell
that.
That is quite a gyro.
It is.
They gave you a pickle too.
Do what?
Very good. You got a pickle there
I
too.
did.
Nice.
It looks good.
Even the pickle's good.
Yeah, if the cookie's any indicator of the pickle, then the cookie's going to be good too, I guess. There it is.
You smell the onions.
I know.
So were you able to get a bite of it, or?
A tiny one.
Yeah.
Because otherwise my nose was going to end up right smack in the center of that
And now
tzatziki
you've
stuff.
had your share of gyros.
I have.
I've
And this
seen you
is
get them
good.
at Arby's. And
Oh, yeah.
I saw you get them at the place we went to in Williamsburg.
Yeah, I've gotten them all over the place.
So how does this compare?
I haven't really gotten down to the meat of it yet because the meat is what makes it, you
Really?
know? Yeah, it really is. But I'm kind of excited because I think it's going to be really good.
All right, so here is the buffalo chicken quesadilla. And I'm excited. I'm getting some chicken tomorrow. Chicken wings at my favorite place. But I figure why not 2 days in a row? That's a good quesadilla. This thing is really on point.
So what all is inside it?
Oh,
Definitely not dirt.
no.
Wow.
And whatever the seasoning is, it's really good flavor. Like, I stay away from quesadillas a lot because I've had my share of ones that were kind of like hard, you know. The chicken wasn't juicy and stuff like that. But in this one, the chicken's really juicy. The sauce is good. It's a pretty good quesadilla. Absolutely. Probably the best I've had. I see why they sold 30 of them in less than 24 hours.
Right.
So, the gyro. It's gone.
Yes. Got down into the meat of it. And I have to say, I have had better. The meat is a little bit salty and doesn't have that like traditional lamb kind of flavor to it. At least not a strong flavor to it. But beside that,
All right,
It's actually
everybody
pretty
has
good.
everything.
That was good.
good.
Yeah, we just polished off the quesadilla here. And the gyro.
Yeah.
All right, you want to take your plate?
Sure. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
What do you think, Jack? What do you think about this place here?
I think it's nice. I mean, the food does look good. But
The fries are amazing.
I think it's pretty neat, pretty unique.
How about that peppered pickle there?
Yes, Jeffy, you can have my pickle.
So coming out of the restaurant here, we got a pretty good moon in the sky over Yorktown, I must say.
Yep, we certainly do. And it looks like it might be clearing off just a little bit. So, see some stars. That's always nice for an investigation night.
Absolutely, though I prefer thunder and lightning, I think. I don't know. Kind of sets the mood. All right, so stopping off at the Wawa here in Virginia Beach or Chesapeake. Not 100% sure.
Don't let me vote Democrat.
Jack was saying how he threw his mail-in ballot away, and I told him someone probably got it and wrote Biden's name on it.
Yeah.
What you going for there, the regular?
Yeah, I go for the mild roast, the regular.
Yeah.
It has some more caffeine. It has a lot of caffeine in it. And that's what I need. I need caffeine.
I could see that. Yeah, this is actually a mild roast too, so safe to say pumpkin spice
Yeah.
has a good bit of caffeine in it.
That's right. I'm not crazy about things that are like pumpkin spice flavored. I like them okay. It's just not my first choice by any means. So,
Jack, did you know the lighter the coffee, the stronger the caffeine? The darker the roast, the lighter the caffeine.
Are you sure about that?
yep,
That's what Linda says.
it's true. It's absolutely true.
Well, Linda
Yeah.
knows everything.
I'm a certified barista.
Maybe we need that on a shirt.
Yeah, let's put that on the shirt.
Both of those.
Linda knows everything.
Yeah, and I'm a certified barista.
Yeah.
Let's have an arrow pointing to her. She's always right.
I gotta say, I do like these vintage style like coffee mugs here. Kind of takes me back to like the original Wawa, back before they had gas stations and all that stuff. You remember those Wawas, Jack, that were just like the little convenience stores with no gas stations or anything?
I'm trying to remember.
They probably didn't have any down here.
See, only they would know that because y'all are Yankees.
Okay, thank you.
Jack's been living down here for forever
has,
though.
but he's
He's
the
been
one
living down here
crazy
since
for
before
Pennsylvania.
Wawa started.
2 of those.
This is awesome. So what are we looking at here?
I don't remember what type it is. It's a sidearm for a Japanese army officer, I believe.
That's pretty cool.
No, it's Japanese officer, and as far as I know, it was mainly just the army that did that.
Wow.
But anyway, my grandfather brought it back from the Pacific.
And you all are homeowners?
Yeah.
Jack's gonna come and scan this thing with the K2 meter and see. Nope. I wouldn't expect there to be, I mean, unless there was something paranormal about it. But. Yeah. So we're going around here doing the baseline sweep. Got the carbon monoxide detector. Jack's going around with the K2 meter. And a lot of interesting activity here in this house, I should say. In the kitchen, it was like something would hit the lid to the trash can, flip it around. Things moved off the counter. Even when she was at work, something happened while she was at work, and we thought, well, maybe something was following her, but then something happened at the house while she was out of the house. So it indeed seems like there's something going on here.
Yep.
And what's interesting about it is try to pinpoint in cases like this, what happened, what changed around the time it started. And really one of the few things we could bring it down to was a big storm that came through.
That could do it.
Turned over a couple trees, broke the fence. And you don't often, I mean, there's a lot of cases where things seem to come in with storms, but you think of the disturbance that it causes to the land. Could definitely stir something up kind of in the manner of renovations.
They're up a lot. Heading toward the second bathroom.
Alright.
It seems clear here. Alright, this must be.
Now I am still sweeping with the carbon monoxide detector, but in this case, it's more so just for statistics to see if there's anything here, because if these things are physically moving, this most likely isn't any kind of a hallucination. When we talk about hallucinations, possible hallucinations, it's more so when people are seeing spirits and such. But when you have a physical object moving that both people are seeing, it's less likely a hallucination, I would think.
And it seems to be clear. Okay.
Now it is interesting to note that both the pistol that we looked at and also a rifle from the Civil War were both brought into the house around the time that the activity started. But there's no known activity at the previous location that these items came from. Okay, since there's been activity in the kitchen and objects have actually been moved, I'm going to put this thermal pad on the counter. And the way that this thing works, if something below 57 degrees touches it, it turns dark gray or red. And if something above 87 degrees touches it, it'll turn white. So it'll be a good way of picking up any imprints. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a sweep around here with these aura glasses. And these have some color exciting dyes and chemicals that have UV coatings. It's kind of intense, the description of them, but long story short, they're supposed to allow you to see auras, as I've said before in some of the videos that we've done. Haven't seen anything with them yet, as far as in a spiritual sense, but it's worth it to keep experimenting with them, I think.
What is that thing?
Jack, I think your pacemaker's going off.
It's a REM pod.
And another thing we're going to do is a sweep around with the tri-field meter, mainly because I don't trust the K2 meter 100%. So another favorite of mine is the Etch-a-Sketch here, which may seem a little unorthodox, but we're going to break it out because this thing has no electronics on it. So you know if something writes on this, we know that there's something manipulating it. There's no way that it can write on its own. What do you got so far?
Not too much. I just went around and took the baseline pictures in duplicate as usual all throughout the house. I didn't go in the upstairs room because I kind of thought maybe there was a kid in there. And it's weird walking into somebody's bedroom when they're sitting there, so.
The door that's open, there's not.
There's not? Okay.
It's the
See,
door
that
that's
I
closed.
wasn't sure, so I kind of stayed out. But yeah, I mean, on initial sweep, just looking at the pictures, I haven't seen anything so far. Everything feels pretty calm, pretty quiet. The only place where the energy felt a little bit different is in this downstairs bathroom right here. Not exactly sure why. Nice bathroom, but you know, just felt different.
And if you could hold it right there, this is a good time to point out light glare. If you see in the bottom right of the screen, okay, some people might see that, and if I'm holding the camera even somewhat still, you can still see it moving because I'm not holding it perfectly still.
Right.
No human hand usually is.
Would I have a blue or green orb floating around?
Yeah, but you can tell when I move the camera, it moves up, right?
Yeah.
When I move it back, it goes back. So you can see as I move the camera, that's what causes that to move. And if this thing was on a tripod, that wouldn't even be shimmering like it is.
Yeah.
It's just the shakiness of my hand.
Yeah. But a lot of people
So.
think they're orbs. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
Think
people
they're
would.
spirits.
A lot of people would think that was something paranormal, and there it goes us getting Jack. Jack just got slimed. Jack. So Jack, he does EVP sessions.
With a phone in his ear.
Well, he's talking on the phone, and then he wonders why he gets so many voices on his recording. Okay, so we're gonna start out in the bedroom here, and we're gonna have a few devices. Now, with how hands-on whatever's here has seemed to be, I'm hoping that we'll get some interaction with one such as the REM pod. So, on the bed, the nightstand was where that bottle was knocked off of. And you know what I like to do? Temperature change. I like to put these in front of mirrors because you never know what's coming and going in throughout these mirrors here. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here and reset the temperature. Temperature 0. Okay. And meanwhile, we'll keep the tri-field meter.
Over here?
Yeah, let's put that over there facing that nightstand, but you don't actually have to put it on it unless there's a place for it.
Set it right there so I can keep an eye on it.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, Jack, you want to come on and do an EVP session?
Be right there.
All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is an indirect approach here. This REM pod, we know you come near it. That's it. All right.
All right.
And we always say our names at the beginning just to establish our voices, the sounds of our voices, where we are in the room. So if there is a sound that comes from that direction, let me get over here and stay stationary. If there's a sound that comes from that direction, or if there is one of our voices, we know what that sounds like.
I think it's the master bedroom.
It's the master bedroom.
Right.
So my name is Linda,
Jeff?
And I'm Jack.
and we're not here to harm you. We just simply want to talk to you and find out who you are and find out why you're here. Can you try telling us your name?
Did somebody bring you here?
There is an AC vent right above my head here, and it is currently on. So keep that in mind as we may hear some temperature fluctuations.
See some dust.
Is there a reason why you're here?
Yeah, the people who live here, they've seen you, you know, hit the lid of the trash can and knock things off of shelves and off of tables. And they just want to find out who you are, because obviously you're trying to make it understood that you're here. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about yourself. Did you used to live in this house?
Okay, so seemingly no interaction with the REM pod that was up here on the dresser. We're going to go ahead and try the spirit box, see if we can get any responses through another means, perhaps.
Yeah, the spirit box is always gives them another chance to try something different. Sometimes we find that some spirits seem to communicate better through EVP sessions, and other ones seem to communicate better with the spirit box. So we want to give them every opportunity we can to be able to talk to us, and we figured this might be it. So we'll see.
This spot in the corner here by the closet.
Ooh, the closet.
The closet.
I wonder what is in the closet.
Maybe somebody will reach
Ooh,
out.
there was
grab it.
something.
Probably clothing.
Comfort. There's a comforter in there.
All right, this is our new way of trying to communicate. Can you try to talk to us through this? Tell us your name.
Sounded like it said communicate.
Can you please communicate? Will you say our names again? I'm Jack.
I'm Linda.
I'm Jeff. Light flickering.
Yeah, the light did flicker.
Not saying that's paranormal, but something to note.
So tell us your name. There it goes, twice.
Another power surge. And I listened at that time as it went for the AC. The AC was steady on, so it's not like it just kicked on.
Is that you
The ghost
flickering the light?
Jack, I think the ghost told you to get a vaccine.
You think, Jeff?
You like their little dog. They have a little white dog. Can you tell us the dog's name?
Do you know the dog's name?
No.
If it's Lieutenant, then we got an answer.
I know. I figured we'd ask Anita. Can you make the lights flicker again? If that was you doing it the first time? So in case you didn't know, September 10th was Jeff's birthday. He's now 40, okay? Over the hill, right? I've been there for a couple years now, but he just now turned 40. So kind of an interesting thing. And everybody thinks that he looks a little bit younger. And indeed, when he doesn't have the beard or anything, he does have kind of a baby face. And people are like, is that your son? And I was like, shut the hell up. No, you know. But He is 40 years old now. But back on track here. We did a little bit of an EVP session and a spirit box session in here. And at first glance, it just didn't seem like there was a whole lot going on. There were some voices that came through fairly loud through the spirit box, and so we didn't quite catch what was being said at the time. So we'll have to go back through and listen to that again through the computer audio analysis software and whatnot. But I think we're going to go out and try the main part of the house here, because that seems to be where the majority of that activity is. So we'll see what happens out there. And don't worry, that's Jack.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just glad I'm the one editing this video.
Why?
And the REM pod. Perhaps we should put it in on the counter.
We could. We could
Yeah.
definitely do that. Yep.
So Jack's trying to get me to move this ball, and I think it's some kind of a trap. So I'm gonna respectfully decline. But go ahead, Jack. Let's show us what it does here. Now hold on. All right, go ahead.
Oh, he's standing back.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
So it's like a motion activated.
it is. Yeah.
Is it
Move
specifically for like ghost cats, or is it?
No, actually, what it is if somebody was to mess with it like a trigger object, it'll get it to roll, it'll light up.
Nice.
I don't know
I
that.
got two.
I think it actually is for cats, but I
It
can't
is.
figure out why a cat would give a damn about a bunch of lights. I mean, our cats wouldn't. They'd be like, "What is that? That's not fun. There's no ball inside it. Are you kidding?"
So Jack, is this like a cat toy, or is it something that's actually for paranormal
It's
investigation?
definitally for paranormal investigation.
Like, is it a cat toy that you bought for paranormal investigation?
No,
or
I
is
got
it's
it from
actually
eBay.
marketed?
I got it from eBay. It said paranormal on it.
Do you remember the investigation that we did where they had a couple of these?
No,
there
They're
was-
trigger objects.
What was that? That big dining room. What was that place? It was a big old house. It was in like Winchester, or they had all of that. It was a museum too.
Oh, the Octagon Mansion.
There you go.
Yeah,
On the
Withville.
dining room table, they
Yeah.
had 2 or 3 of those sitting on there. But
Really?
you can't actually buy them on Chewy. There are cat toys.
So they sell them on Chewy.
They sell them on, but
But-
they've
but-
started to discover that they're really good objects because all it takes is a light little touch, like you say.
Right.
So they started using them more in the paranormal field than I don't think they sold them to cat lovers, because cats don't give a damn.
I think cats would run away from it.
Yeah, they don't care.
But
about
it seems
that.
like a good idea. We could go on Chewy and buy a bunch of them, and then repackage them and sell them as paranormal things.
True.
Yeah.
There's always someone that's gonna bite the hook, right, Jack?
Like me. Like me.
Chesapeake. Mercy me.
Alright, so we tried back in the bedroom. Maybe you'd like to talk to us out here. Tell us who you are.
What is this location called? What city are we in?
What I really want is to see you knock something off a shelf or off the countertop.
Or mess with the kitchen trash can.
Sound like it said, "Get back." So it's interesting. I tried putting on the notes on the phone and putting the talk to text,
Yes.
and it picked me up on the first one. You could see where I said it's picking up
Yeah, picked up your
the
voice.
words but no radio, or the picking up the radio but no words.
Right.
And then the radio was going for a while, and right before it stopped, picking up the voice because the speaker or the microphone turns off after a little while and it stops picking you up.
Right.
Right before that, the word lotion popped up.
Right. Which is
It's
kind of
interesting.
interesting.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, seeing as how that's one of the things that went kind of flying off the shelf, flying off the table.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very interesting. It's kind of frustrating because if something was to try to communicate, I would hope that it would say something more than just lotion. You
Right.
know? But, I mean, I guess you can't
You raise
predict
your right hand.
what a ghost is going to do.
I think Jack's got something over here. Maybe we should go take a look.
He's got a stick figure app.
Oh, you got a stick figure app?
Hand, please. I don't think it's me.
So, how's this app work, Jack? Like, if you point at a real person, does it map them out or no?
It does.
Can we test it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Linda, stand up and let's see if this thing maps you out here. No. Where's your arm up?
Maybe I'll step out from behind the table.
Yeah, you could try that.
If it's
maybe.
full figure, right? So let's try.
Well, okay, I see there's a little
Maybe
delay in the actual video, right? Yeah, like go ahead and move. See, like there's a little delay in the phone video, but it does kinda. It is over, yeah. It's
Is
not
it?
really moving with you like the.
So if I move like to one side or the other,
It stays there for a second, then it
and
follows
then
you.
it, okay, so there's maybe a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, a little bit of a delay.
Maybe it's got to do with settings.
It could, but you can see if you look at these together, like this video and through the phone, you can see the video itself has a little bit of a delay too, so it might be.
So if I put my arms out, does it put its arms out?
Yeah, it does. It takes a second, but it catches up with you.
Huh.
It's interesting. Yeah, what do they think of next?
Okay, I have a device in my hand. It's a phone, of course, and I got the SLS camera. And what I did was I used it to focus whatever is in the utility room, and I get stick figures. Well, stick figure anyway, and it did exactly what I wanted to do, and but it wouldn't mess with anything like I was asking, to do, and. Then all of a sudden it wasn't there anymore. Yeah, good light.
Yep, so we wrapped up the investigation, and not a whole lot going on there.
No.
At first glance, anyway.
Yeah.
Seems like a quiet night. So Jack got his ball, and we packed up and
Not personal.
headed back on the road here. Any thoughts?
Well, like you said, it was really quiet. I think it was one of those places where they probably have a good amount of activity going on, but perhaps it was just the night, and we were here on the wrong night. Maybe it's that it didn't want to speak to us and was somewhat attached to her for some reason. But whatever the case, it did seem kind of quiet, although there were a few words that came through Spirit Box that kind of sounded like they could have been somewhat applicable to the situation. One of them being Lieutenant, and we happened to walk out of the bedroom and into the dining room area, and I looked down next to me, and there's this old military trunk from World War II that had the word Lieutenant stamped on it, and so we thought that was a little bit interesting. So then there was the word lotion that just kind of mysteriously popped up in Jeff's speech to text thing on his phone. So
Yeah, I don't know if we mentioned it was actually a bottle of lotion that got knocked off her nightstand by some unseen hand.
right. In addition to a couple of other things that had been knocked off at other places, and green peppers flying on the floor and stuff like that. But Jack, what do you think? What do you think of the investigation?
I think it went pretty well, considering. And got a couple of things.
Yeah, you had something going on in the utility room there, right?
Yes, I used my LS camera, or SLS, and got a stick figure, and did quite a few things that I asked to do. So, yes, it was kind of interesting up to the time that it just disappeared. Didn't show up anymore.
Now, Jack brought up an interesting point earlier. He mentioned that there was this Chinese food restaurant that he used to love to eat at,
That
and
is
I guess they ended up serving cat food or serving cats.
You talking about Garfield on the fork?
Yeah, yeah. But my question to Jack was like, you know, what would you do if you have this place that you love and mentioned KFC? Allegedly, rumor was that they were
Right.
serving like fried rats. I'd never heard this rumor before, but apparently it's a thing. And what do you do? What do you do when you find that out, Jack? Do you keep eating there or no? Like, do you just be like, hey, well, it's cat, but it's really good. I'm going to keep eating it?
Don't think I'm going to keep eating it. I think I'm just going to just tell the manager I don't want this.
See, I think I might look at it a little different because I like KFC a lot. And if I found out that what they were serving was actually fried rat, I think I would just know at this point that, hey, I actually like eating rat. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm not eating KFC anymore because I don't like eating rat because it's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think I would just have a new appreciation
Guess
for
you're going to have to try
farming.
something once.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, maybe once you try it, and I mean, I can see taking it and cooking it different ways. And I mean, we certainly have some rats that live around the marshlands out where we live, and I think we could find a good use for them. We could, you know, start trying to, you know,
Jerky, chili.
Yeah, jerky. Ooh, rat jerky. Yeah, that might be pretty. Any kind of jerky is good. It doesn't matter what it is, but yeah, I mean, I think I'd be all about some rat.
But
Yeah.
Jack, here's the question though: if somebody like, if the cat, I mean, the cat's already dead, right? Like people aren't killing them to feed them to you or anything like that, okay? But if somebody comes up to you with a piece of beef jerky that looks really good, and they're like, this is not beef jerky; it's actually cat jerky. Would you try it?
Me, not really a meat eater, probably not.
No.
Are you vegan?
There's some certain meats I won't eat.
Oh, okay.
I won't eat deer meat. I won't.
No?
No.
How come? Just because they're cute?
No, there's this kind of funny taste to it.
Oh, yeah, it's
So
kind of
I'm
wild and
kinda-
gamey.
So it's like a taste type thing. Is that what you're saying? It's not like
Oh.
it's not like a liberal type thing, is it, Jack?
No.
If it could be fried, I'd probably eat it. Except
Yeah.
for snake.
Yeah,
I would
he
eat
wouldn't eat
snake.
it. I'd try snake. I actually have had snake. It's pretty good.
I never tried snake either.
No?
Would you try it though, Jack, or no? Would that be one you'd try?
That won't be on the menu.
No?
That would not be definitely
Oh,
not
man.
on the menu.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, see, I went to this like expo in Pittsburgh at one time when I was about maybe 18, and they had one of those stands set up that had every kind of jerky that you could ever possibly want, and one of them was rattlesnake, and it was surprisingly good. Like, I was like, hell yeah, I'll eat some rattlesnake. You know, like you put it on the plate, and you know, maybe throw some veggies with it and stuff. You know, like mix them up. Hell yeah, I'd eat some rattlesnake. It's pretty good stuff.
All it is dried skin.
Skin? No, it's not. No, it's actual meat. Yeah, there's actually chunks of meat. Like, it's not just skin. No. But,
Yeah, I don't think you could eat the skin. I imagine it'd be kind of like shrimp.
Ooh, yeah, that would be good. You like shrimp, though.
Yeah, but I don't like the skin.
Oh, the
I gotta
skin
peel
on the
them
shrimp.
first,
Okay.
Yeah. I imagine that's how like snake skin would be.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'd have
I
some.
don't know either because I
have some
never
snake.
held one.
Never held a shrimp?
No, I'm a snake.
Oh. I was like,
no.
like, how do you grow
Have
up
you ever
and have to
encountered a
roast?
snake, Jack?
Yep, many times.
Like,
Oh.
what was your reaction?
Kind of startled me because I was out mowing the grass
Oh.
and I wasn't too far from the shed. Well, anyways, I was rolling in the cord, the extension cord. One comes out from underneath the shed and starts biting on it. and I was just standing there looking at it. What in the world is he doing?
Chewing on your extension
I mean, he
cord.
was just gnawing on it.
Huh.
And I just kept moving it. And I guess he thought it was another snake or something.
Yeah, maybe. He saw it as a threat, I guess.
Did you run out of there screaming like Little Richard or no?
No.
That would be Jeff's reaction if he saw a snake.
No, snake pal.
See, I'm not afraid of snakes. I don't have any problems with them. I mean, besides the fact that they're, the one that tempted, Eve in the Garden of Eden and stuff, that
Actually, it's kind of a long snake, too.
Yeah, some of the snakes can get pretty long around Hampton Roads. Like, we have a lot of those, what are they, rat snakes and black snakes. The black snakes can get pretty good. I thought it was a hose in the backyard when I was a kid. I was like, Daddy, you left the hose out. And he was like, that's not a hose. And he goes out with, like, the garden rake or something and kills it. But
Makes
yeah.
it into jerky.
Yeah. No, he didn't make it into jerky, but but no, yeah, Jeff is definitely like terrified of snakes.
Rake snake jerky.
Well, you never guess. I went outside one morning, and there was a snake crawling up on the side of the trailer, and not far from there was a tree frog. So what I did was I took a broom to the snake and brushed him off the side, and he finally went underneath the trailer.
Oh, good. He didn't get the tree frog?
He didn't get tree
Oh,
frog.
good, because tree frogs are cute.
Nope, he didn't get tree frog. It was only a baby tree frog.
Oh, yeah, so that would have just been a little hors d'oeuvre for him, but
Yeah, it was.
yeah.
The big unveiling of the 2021 One Chip Challenge. Did you set that up?
These are
Oh, what happened? No, come on, where are you going?